everybody? Welcome back to this week's Price to Sell episode. This is the solo episode. This is just me today. Hope that doesn't bore you. But we're going to talk about the secret to consistent business in 2023. Before I get into it, if you guys enjoy the show, please leave us a review. 5-star would be muchly appreciated. If you find that you're finding value in this, I'm sure a friend of yours might find value in it too. Please share. We do this for free out of the goodness of our hearts. And the more people that it's exposed to, the more impact that can have. And that's my ultimate goal with this. So we love you guys, but let's jump right into some things. Let's start with an update on me. It's my 7th year in the business and I switched brokerages. So I'm with eXp Realtor now. eXp Realty, sorry, butchered that. And you know what? It was a tough move. It was not a fun decision-making process. I'm the most indecisive individual you ever meet, but I did it. I feel just long-term in terms of how I want my life to look. It definitely aligned with my vision, and not here to recruit you, but we do have a team this year. My goal is to sell a shit ton of real estate, and we have a ton of training and mentorships and things available for you people out there if you are looking to hop on a team or just join a really good group of like-minded individuals. Hit me up. Our main focus, again, selling real estate. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I've planned this year to do that. So to get into the topic of today, secret to consistent business in 2023. Taking real estate back, old school, all right? This is before social media, before all that. How do realtors succeed, right? I think keeping this in mind, or this sort of mindset in mind, is super important because we can get carried away with social media nowadays, or new realtors in the business. Maybe they just want to hop on TikTok right away and start banging out social media content and all that. That's great and all, it is. But I think in a down market like we're currently experiencing, there's got to be a little more substance than just social media. It'll still work. It's a pillar for sure, but you got to bring back the old school. So let's pretend social media doesn't exist. What are you doing out there? You're cold calling, you're door knocking, you're handing out flyers, putting signs on lawns, farming areas, going to networking events, going to the local bakery, having a coffee and trying to meet like 3 new people a day. Those activities should still be a part of your schedule. I think it's super crucial, super important. Since the pandemic hit, I feel like we might have lost our touch with knowing how to get in front of people and being in these social crowds and all that. I know I might speak for some here, but that was my biggest thing when I started my career. For me personally, like I like to go downtown, whether that was a dinner, whether it was a nightclub, Yeah, I'll talk about I used to go out and party, used to have a great time. I used to meet so many clients that way because I go into it with a conscious intention, and that was to walk out of that nightclub or bar or whatever I was in, that environment, with new friends, new contacts, new people on my phone. Yeah, I'm getting their social media. And of course, yeah, I'm having a good time while I'm doing that. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to grow my business. I'm trying to make my life better. I'm not going there just to be plastered and forget everything and black out. I want to still be a professional in those settings, and you still can. There's nothing wrong with going out, having a good time, and meeting people, because people are looser. They open up. And if you're side by side having a great time with someone, they might earn a little trust with them for you, because they might feel like, wow, I can resonate with this guy or girl, and they look like a lot of fun, they're a good time, they're a good vibe. I want to house shop with them, right? And that's happened so many times for me. So that's one of my strengths, was the networking. I used to cold call like crazy when I first started the career. That also works. I used to farm. That also works. When the market was hot, I did lose touch with certain prospecting. I don't cold call anymore. I still do go out and network, but I wasn't doing the door knocking. I stopped farming. I stopped, doing certain things like that. Business was great on its own. My social media kept me alive. But in a year like 2023, the secret sauce is going to be a combination of the two. So if you're already doing the old school stuff, great. Start spending some time working on your next pillar, which is social media. Social media can be, and this is the new school stuff. So we're talking about old school versus new school. New school can be social media, can be email campaigns, can be online lead gen, things that didn't exist before the phone and the internet. Now these things do. They're powerful tools. You can have a massive reach. You can reach millions of people. You can run a paid ad on Instagram and reach 20,000 people for like $50, right? So the amount of things and resources we have at our fingertips are just next level nowadays. And if you're not taking advantage of them, someone else will, right? Like I had a thing on ChatGPT when it first came out. It's a cool tool. Guess what? AI eventually will get smarter and smarter, and we can leverage that. You don't have to complain and be like, oh, like it's going to take away jobs and stuff like that. Like we're entrepreneurs at the end of the day, you know? Leverage this stuff. Add a piece in your business where maybe your assistant's using your ChatGPT to write email blasts for you. Maybe it makes their lives a little bit easier. Maybe your email blasts come out a little bit better because of that. That's just an example. But I think getting on social media will just complement the daily tasks. Here's my plan for 2023. Sorry, I'm a little sick, guys. You're going to hear it in my voice and my cough, and I'm irritated. But this year, I intend to bring back farming. It did work for me. It worked wonders. And when I say farming, I mean cold calling an area, geo-targeting an area, putting your signs on lawns, becoming the person of an area. Pick a pocket. Mine was 1,600 homes, right? Yours can be 500 to start. Yours can be 1,000. Yours can be 2,000. Whatever makes sense for you, but you got to be the expert in that area. Sending direct mailers to people, leaving door hangers on doors, doing community events. It's a nurturing process and it takes time. But that something like that, for example, in combination with Instagram, because someone comes home from work. Let's call it Bob. Bob comes home from work. He's tired. He gets a flyer in the mail. Actually, tons of flyers. Pizza Nova. New city councilor running for election. Things like that. And then bang, it's the Jack Bob team just sold this in the area. He may look at it, he may not. But guess what? It's subconsciously imprinted in his brain. He sees your branding. He sees your name. Now, guess what happens? Bob's probably going to go on TikTok. He had a long day. He's tired. He's going to go in bed. He's going to go in TikTok. And guess what he's going to see? The Jack Bob team. Okay? He just saw the Jack Bob team on his kitchen counter in the form of a flyer. Now you're all over his social media doing a dance or whatever you're doing. Even if he consciously didn't pay attention to that flyer, he's going to watch that video and be like, oh, these people look familiar. Okay, like whatever. Next. Scroll. Guess what? Bob goes to sleep because he has to wake up early. Gets up. He leaves the house. He's on the way to work. Just had his coffee. He's all fired up. Gets to the red light. He looks to his right. What does he see? A bus shelter sign. Who's on the bus shelter sign? The Jack Bob team. Okay? Okay, now he's starting to now he's starting to notice. He goes to work. Lunchtime comes. Hops on his phone. He's scrolling the local news. Guess what pops up on the local news in the top right corner? A Facebook ad. The Jack Bob team. Free home evaluation. Guess why? Because he's geo-targeted for the area. So now this guy, Bob, is getting all these hits from different angles, whether it's, bus shelter sign, could be a billboard, could be a lawn sign. You find people who are willing to let you put your little lawn sign on their lawns. When he's driving into the area, to and from work, he's going to see your stuff. As you gain traction in the area, you're going to start to put up some sold signs. You're going to start to put posts on the ground. And Bob's going to see that stuff too. Now, fast forward 6 months, Bob and his wife are having a baby, and Bob needs to sell his house. Who's probably the first person that's going to come to his mind? Because he's on Instagram, and guess what pops up? Jack Bob team, sponsored ad, just sold in this area, which is his neighbor's house. He's probably going to give you a call. You know what I mean? So I think the perfect marriage of 2023 is going to be bringing in the mixture of the old school and the new school. Balance both pillars out. Work on both of them. Yes, you will do well if you go all in on one. Will you have success if you're all on social media? Yes. Will you have success if you're all into the old school? Yes. But guess what kind of level of success you will have if you're doing both, right? You'll see all these older agents out there who have been in the game forever, super well respected, killing it in the old school thought process. Guess what they're doing this year? They're hopping on social media because they know the power of it. And they know that it's only going to get bigger and bigger. So guys, build up that that schedule in your content, schedule in your time management. Time management is super important. In your time management should be your prospecting, should be your Popeyes, should be your call to your sphere of influence. And you should also have your content days and your marketing plan. You operate a business at the end of the day, right? So for max exposure in 2023, this is what you got to do. It's going to crush it. I promise you. I'm going super old school again. I love it. I love old school sales. I love going to people. I love sitting in front of people's tables in their kitchen. I love getting listing agreements signed, things like that. This is our job. I feel like, sorry, I need a water break. I feel like it's easy to get carried away. And if you're out there and you're struggling because maybe you're stressing out, maybe you're like, shit, I don't know what to do for content. I don't know what to post, or like, who am I going to hire? And that might stress you out. I still get that, and I make a ton of content. I literally wake up and it's like, shit, I don't know what to post, or I need to go record something else. Like, we all deal with it, right? You go on Instagram, you might see the highlight reel of someone's life and it looks fantastic, but just know you're not alone. And even that person at the level where you may want to be is still having that same sort of thought process when they wake up or when they're going about their daily life. It's just human nature. We always want to be better, but everything comes in divine timing, and it's a process, and it takes time. The old school stuff, cold calling. I'm not going to get a listing my first day of cold calling. I had to call 100 homes a day to finally get people to want to show interest, or I had to farm for 6 months to finally get a call, right? Same with social media. It's time in the business. It's consistency. Consistency is the number one key. Don't ever forget that. Figure out a plan, a schedule, a budget that works for you, and dive into all of them. But that's essentially my little short solo episode that I wanted to talk about today. I think these two things are super important and crucial for your business in 2023. If you guys ever need help or some sort of mentorship, reach out to me. More than happy to help you out in your business and to show you kind of the things that I've been doing and my plans to excel and take my business to the next level this year. And I would love to share that with you guys as well. So, water break again. To everyone out there, thank you as always for tuning in. You guys are awesome. I want to shout out Dean, the photographer, videographer back there. He's in silence all the time, but he's a great guy. You can't see him, but I can. So just know he's a great guy. But again, please, my friends, don't forget to leave us a review. We have amazing guests coming up in the next couple of weeks too. Always looking to get better. Subscribe to our channel. If you want to check out our field trips, that's the channel where we do all the house tours. It's doing extremely well. A lot of the videos are taking off, and we got some really fun ones planned and scheduled to bring you guys and showcase. So check that stuff out. Subscribe to that channel. And I just launched a personal YouTube. So again, here I am as a prime example, trying to do all the things and stressing the hell out. You're not alone out there. I'm stressing out too. It's fine. But subscribe to my personal channel. That one's going to be a lot more personal me, personal stuff, real estate related, travel. You guys all know I like to travel. So really hoping to bring a lot of my self-development journey into that one too. A lot of my mindset stuff and just things that have been pivotal pillars in my life, things that I've adopted on my journey that have allowed me to succeed, think the way I think. And I still have a lot of growing to do too. So that's a whole journey and stuff you guys can follow me on. And please reach out, shoot me a DM, call me. I'm always here to help you guys too. But until next time, we will see you guys. Don't forget to share with your family, friends, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Peace.